So today's reading is going to be about the super blue moon in Pisces. So this is a major astrological event, as well as a major event in astronomy, because the blue moon is when you have two full moons in the same month. We had one earlier this month, and it was also a super moon, which is interesting. But this one, I believe, astronomists were saying that it was going to be the biggest one of the year. Now, this one is going to be in Pisces. We are now in Virgo season. Pisces and Virgo are sister signs or opposite signs in the zodiac. What does that mean? Well, Pisces is all about intuition, esoteric stuff, higher knowledge and learning, when it comes to things like spirituality, and I'd say knowledge of like the universe and getting spiritual downloads and trusting your intuition. Even things like astral travel are going to be heightened at this time. Everything I've read about it is the veil is going to be very thin between worlds. So if you're into astral projection, astral travel, now would be a good time to do it. Also, because Pisces is like the dreamer and the creative in the zodiac, we've got Virgo, the opposite. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and it is a zodiac sign that is very intelligent, communicative, and analytical, but they're also very organized. So when you have a mixture of both Pisces and Virgo, you've got Pisces, the dreamer, who has this vivid imagination and wanting to really take all of these ideas and turn them into something, right? Well, Virgo's going to help with that. So at the point of where we have this super blue moon, it's going to be a time of transformation in everyone's lives. So it's going to be, you're going to take those thoughts, those dreams, those ideas, and kind of ground them in reality. That's basically what's going to happen with this full moon, this super moon. And also, don't forget to manifest, because manifesting on new moons and full moons is always a bit more powerful. And even more so if you have Cancer placements, because Cancer is ruled by the moon. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and put the thumbnail up at this point so you can pick one of the piles and go ahead and make your selection, and we'll see what's going to happen for you starting around this super full moon, and what that change and transformation is going to bring into your life from the full moon onwards into September and the rest of the year. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Hello, pile number one. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I've already pre-shuffled all of these decks, but I'm going to go ahead and shuffle through them again to get some cards to come out. I just did the longer version at the beginning. So, decks I'm using: Angel Wisdom Tarot, Lord of the Rings Tarot, the Sacred Destiny Oracle, the Gilded Tarot, and the Broke Bitch Tarot. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Spirit, ancestors, higher beings, please help me to deliver the correct and truest messages to pile number one. Please show me what they need to hear right now for this super blue moon in Pisces that's happening in a couple of days. Actually, by the time I post this tomorrow, it'll be just a day away, I believe. So, what does pile number one need to hear, Spirit? What do they need to know? Ooh, that was quick. Okay. What does pile number one need to know, Spirit? What does pile number one need to know? Number one needs to know for this super blue moon in Pisces. Oh, there's two of them. Okay, I'll take them. Man, these are coming out quickly, and they're coming out, a lot of them are coming out together, I've noticed. That's fine, we'll take them. Might be a reason for that. Okay. Go ahead and put those like that. Hopefully, is everything in focus? Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, we've got the King of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. How fitting for a Pisces super blue moon. Okay, so this is someone who is trustworthy, honorable, devoted, cautious, emotionally stable, and mature. Someone you can completely trust. A situation that is safe. A solid romantic relationship. Hidden but well-intentioned emotions. A charitable benefactor. And seeing a counselor. So yeah, this could be like a therapist as well. Let's see what this one says. And we've got Queen of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So she is kind of the mother. Outside of the Empress, she is the mother figure of the queens. So she is very generous, practical, gracious, materialistic. Definitely financially stable. She's always going after that coin and making sure her career is on point. But she has the ability to make anything more beautiful. This is a love of family and home. Being practical about how you proceed with something. A love of art and beauty and a sensible approach. So it's interesting you got King and Queen. Not matching King and Queen, but still. Now, for a lot of you, I'm picking up a new romantic relationship with somebody who could have water and earth in their chart. That is definitely possible. For others of you, I feel like you're just getting more grounded. Again, I talked about this at the beginning of the video because of the Pisces and the Virgo, right? You've got water, you've got earth. That's exactly what I was talking about. Where on one end, highly emotional, highly intuitive, daydreaming, using your intuition and trusting it, and taking all these thoughts and ideas that you have and kind of grounding them and coming up with like some sort of practical plan. So I'm feeling like this definitely, it's mimicking what I was saying at the beginning. So I feel like some of you are having to take a sensible approach to something. I feel like for a lot of you, you could be, I'm getting, for some reason, looking at that King of Cups, I'm getting that you are trying to dip your toes in the water with something. It's almost like you've been considering starting something new. And this could be anything. It could be a project. It could be a new career path. It could be a new relationship. You're not sure if you want to be with this person or not. It's almost like he's barely in the water here. Matter of fact, he's right there at the shore, and he's actually facing the shore, not the actual ocean. So, which is interesting because you've got the Queen here with the earth energy, and he's facing the earth, right? So, a lot of you could have somebody who's got their eyes on you, obviously, but I'm feeling like a lot of you are really just looking to make things more practical. That's the energy I'm picking up. You're looking, you've got ideas, you know, but it feels like they haven't really been, it's not like you've thought out everything and planned everything in detail. You just have an idea of which direction you want to go and what it is you really want to do. But yeah, for a lot of you, you could be dealing, you know, you could be the Queen of Pentacles energy, and you could be dealing with somebody who is this King of Cups energy who's got their eyes on you, because he does talk about a solid romantic relationship, because he is a king. He's very solid with his emotions. He's mature. He's emotionally stable. He's got his ish together, basically. So that's for some of you. That's not everybody. But I do feel like there could be something romantic coming in for a lot of you. Maybe that's something you're manifesting during the full moon, or you've been manifesting for a while. But really, it feels like a solid connection, if that's what it is. Because you've got somebody who's solid in their emotions, and somebody who is looking more towards the earth, towards the shore, right? Who's well-intentioned and, you know, somebody who's honest and trustworthy and someone you can depend on. And I feel like that's exactly what this Queen of Pentacles energy is as well. And she has a love of family and home. So somebody could be looking at you kind of as like a motherly type energy. Not gender specific, masculine, feminine energy, it doesn't matter. But it just feels like you've got that kind of like motherly vibe going on. So, but for the rest of you, if it's not love related, if you're not trying to call in love, it just feels like something where you're trying to ground your ideas. What have we got? We've got 5 of Pentacles, or 5 of Rings in this deck. And we've got the Knight of Swords. Okay. So, 5 of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold, coming from a position of lack, feeling like you don't have enough. It could be financial issues as well. That's what the 5 of Pentacles represents. So, you know, maybe it's something where if it's like a career job situation, you know you got to get out of this energy, and you're going to be getting out of it pretty quickly with this Knight of Swords. Very fast moving energy for the Knight of Swords, but it feels like you've got an idea to get yourself out of this, and you're going to be going through with it. It feels like something about like doors opening for you. Like your knight in shining armor almost is coming in, but really it's just like the universe coming in to kind of save the day. I feel like for others of you, that if you have been dealing with someone, maybe a Knight of Swords energy and air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they could have ghosted you. Because 5 of Pentacles, leaving someone out in the cold, that's a ghosted card. So, again, that's not for everybody. But I'm trying to cover everything for the general portion. But, yeah, it just feels like, again, you might be feeling the lack. You might be stuck in a lack mentality if you're trying to manifest something. Where is my manifestation? Why don't I see it coming in? And you are wanting to take those ideas again and ground them and make something more realistic so you can get out of this energy. Okay, so we've got patience and we've got community. I do love the butterflies on here because it's making me think of transformation. And I was just talking about that. That's what this super full moon is going to be bringing about, is a lot of transformation. So, something in your life is transforming. I feel like you are going to be going from this kind of down in the dumps, feeling left out in the cold, lack mindset energy, to moving ahead with great speed. I feel like you've been patient for a while with whatever this is, and now's finally the time where, you know, this energy from the supermoon is gonna really kind of kick you into gear. You're gonna kind of kick yourself into gear, let's put it that way, where you are just ready to get going. I'm looking at this because it's got the light coming in. It's pretty dark over here, but this light coming in with the rainbow, it makes me think of, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is, you know, beauty here. I'm also getting, somebody could be part of the LGBT plus community. You know, if you're dealing with a romantic relationship, that could be, that could apply to you. But mainly what I'm getting is with this light kind of coming in, this dark forest and the butterflies, like, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a transformation that's happening. You've been patient for long enough. But I'm looking at this, what is this, a stork? A crane? Something? I don't know birds. But something's taking flight. And look at what's behind it. It reminds me of the full moon. So, I feel like whatever it is you've been working on, or whatever idea you've had for a long time, you really want to get going on that. You're ready to kind of just, you know, take off and show people who you are. I do feel like with that community card, you do have people who believe in you, people who want to see you thrive, who believe that you can accomplish whatever this goal or dream is, and they are backing you up. They're like a cheerleading section, right? They're kind of waving their pom-poms for you, and that's what it feels like. Now, this could be an online community for a lot of you. Could be YouTube, could be social media, could just be, you know, a bunch of friends that you have that, or coworkers that know about whatever this is and whatever you are planning on doing. And they know how long you've been patient, and then it's time for you to kind of transform into this new version of you. We've got Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Honestly, I just feel like you are getting some sort of like epiphany about something where you're kind of cutting through stuff. You're cutting through this mindset, this lack mindset, where it's not serving you. You're tired of being down and out. You're tired of being hard on yourself. You're tired of things not working out for you, pile number one. And it's almost like you have this aha moment. You know you got to work hard, but in order to stand out, you got to come up with some sort of plan to get you there. So, with the Knight of Pentacles here, the slowest moving knight in the deck. Interesting, you got two knights, but you got a fast one and a slow one. But the good thing about the Knight of Pentacles is this knight is someone who definitely plans out their course of action. So, you know, I talked about at the beginning, it felt like you need to bring your dreams down into reality, and you got to come up with some sort of plan, and that's exactly what this knight does. I feel like you've had a realization about that with the Ace of Swords, and also with the Ace of Swords, it's given me kind of just, you know, it's like this Knight of Swords here. He's holding that one sword, right? And it's like coming in, cutting out this BS with the Five of Pentacles, getting out of that mindset so you can start attracting more abundance, prosperity into your life, and success. Three of Pentacles is usually a work-related card, but for me, it's always about, if you look at the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's about someone who is showing others how to do things because you stand out for what it is you do. You're doing what you love, and others are taking note of that. That's part of that community, right? So I feel like whatever it is you want to do, whatever this project is, it really feels like you know your stuff. You're going to really stand out for it. You're going to be known for it, right? But I feel like you just haven't really put in any effort to get started on whatever this is. And you're having that epiphany where you're like, I got to do something because nothing's ever going to happen. I'm going to be sitting around being patient and waiting for this or that to fall out of the sky and help me out, and it's not going to happen. You just realized that to get out of this mindset, you got to put in the work, right? So for others of you, if you're dealing with a romantic relationship, it feels like you have kind of waited around for this person for a while. I'm going to be honest with the Patience card and the Knight of Pentacles. Again, I said it could have been something where somebody ghosted somebody else. This could have been a past situation. You've got somebody new coming in with that King of Cups. But what I'm picking up is you've been waiting around for somebody with this Knight of Pentacles for a little too long. And they're not really making the move you want. I feel like you're going to have to pull out this Ace of Swords and kind of cut through the BS. Swords are all about communication and being honest. And I think you're going to have to come clean with this person if they're doing something you don't want to do. You've been patient long enough. You're ready to go, to take flight, right? And you want to get this off the ground, but it feels like there could be a third party. I'm going to be honest. We got that Three of Pentacles. Threes in tarot can talk about third parties. This could be a work situation. But what I'm getting is that you're just going to have to lay it out. Like, lay your cards all out on the table. Be honest with this person if you don't want to be treated that way, and you shouldn't. Let's be real. But if you feel like they're just stringing you along, then you're going to have to say something, and I think you will. I feel like you can be more bold during this time. So last but not least, we've got 9 of Wands and 3 of Coins. We've got 3 of Pentacles again. So that's coming through strongly. So 9 of Wands is drained, resilient, pushing through. And the 3 of Coins is collaboration, focused efforts, and common goals. Again, it's somebody who's doing what they love to do and somebody else is admiring their work. So I feel like for a lot of you, for some reason, with that community card and the 3 of Pentacles twice, you could be collaborating with someone. It could be a YouTube community thing where you're collaborating with someone else and getting your work out there. This could also be, you know, putting your work out, like if you're an artist, you're setting up an Etsy shop to sell digital prints or your actual physical artwork, or maybe your own website, or you're starting an Instagram or TikTok specifically for whatever it is you're working on, whatever this project is, whatever you want to be known for. But I feel like you, with this 5 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands energy, this hasn't been an easy road for you. This has been a long, bumpy, obstacle-ridden road, right? Like, it feels like one thing after the other, where you're just constantly let down, or you get your hopes up, and you have always pushed through whatever this is. You've been resilient, even if it's weighed you down and made you want to give up repeatedly. It's like over and over and over again. You have probably are getting somebody sitting there saying, this is it. This is the last time I do this. I'm done. You know, it's obviously not for me. It's not meant for me. So, you know, I'm done. But something keeps leading you back to this, where you're meant to work on something. And I think deep down, intuitively, subconsciously, you know that. You know it's meant for you to have this thing, whatever it is. So I feel like a lot of you are really going to be pushing through that energy, getting out of that 5 of Pentacles and 9 of Wands energy, coming out the other side, fully transformed, focusing on your goals, focusing on what it is you really want. And yeah, I feel like even if it's romance, it still applies. 3 of Pentacles again, but with 9 of Wands, again, long, bumpy road with this person where you've had a lot of patience with them and now you're just kind of over it. I do feel almost like this King of Cups could be somebody new coming in. Because he's very solid. King of Cups isn't usually going to screw you over unless he's in reverse. This just feels like some other energy you've been dealing with. It could be this Knight of Swords, but I'm just getting it, that it's mainly like this Knight of Pentacles energy where it's just somebody who's dragging their feet and they will not, you know, they won't, it's like you can't level up the relationship. You're not going to get anywhere with this person. So, yeah. I'm overall though, pile number 1, I'm just seeing that really you're focusing on yourself. You're focusing on being the best possible version of yourself after this super full moon, and it's going to be a great transformation. Number 1, I feel like you're going to come out the other side feeling optimistic. Just feeling like you can kind of conquer things once you have this, once you cut out the BS, once you have this sort of like epiphany and clarity about your situation and realize that you can get out of that energy and you can turn your life around and change for the better. So you don't have to sit around and wait anymore. The time is now, pile number 1. So I'm really excited for you. Hopefully something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Hello, pile number 2. Let's go ahead and jump right in and see what messages come out for you. I have already pre-shuffled all of these cards, but I'm still going to be shuffling some more to see what cards will come out for you. So, I'm going to be working with the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck, the Lord of the Rings deck, the Sacred Destiny, Gilded Tarot, and Broke Bitch Tarot, for anybody who's wondering. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Spirit, ancestors and higher beings, please help me to deliver the correct and truest message for pile number 2. What does pile number 2 need to know regarding this super blue moon in Pisces that's happening? Well, it's happening in a couple days right now at the time of filming this, but probably in a day by the time I get this uploaded. What's happening for pile number 2? What do they need to know? How are they going to transform? It's all about transformative energy and turning dreams into reality. So, what is going on for pile number 2? Give me one more card, please, Spirit. For pile number 2. Got there. And this one's sticking out, so I'm just going to take it. What does pile number 2 need to know regarding this super blue moon? There's one. I'm going to take this one. Okay. There's pile number 2. Thank you. What does pile number 2 need to know in regards to this super blue moon, Spirit? One more, please. Thank you. And last 2. What does pile number 2 need to know about this super blue moon, Spirit? What does pile number 2 need to know? Okay, thank you. Put it like that. I think, will that be in the screen? Yes. Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right in and see what messages come out for you. We've got the 2 of Wands. Okay, so like standing at a crossroads. This is all about taking the next steps in life, being bold and ambitious with your choices, partnering with others who share your dreams, expanding your plans, and continuing to move forward. So typically in the 2 of Wands in the original, there's only one person standing with the wand. There's one wand behind them that's bolted to like the castle or the fortress that they're standing at, and they've got the world in their hands. So it symbolizes that you've already surpassed the Ace of Wands. You started that new beginning, but you've got this other wand here who you need to take it with you to kind of help you on your journey and figure out where you're going to go next. In another deck, in this Gilded Tarot deck, the person is actually standing at a crossroads. So, and the world symbolizes having the world at your fingertips. The world is your oyster. So this is just you having taken the initial steps in something, but still kind of stuck at that crossroads, needing to take the next steps. You've got to make a decision about something, pile number 2. Let's see what else we got. Okay, we've got 10 of Wands. That's a fire energy. So, this is the end of something. This is working too hard or too many hours, the need for balance in life. Let others help you, and health problems due to stress. That's never good. But 10s are about endings in the tarot. So something that was a burden, a heavy burden, is going to be lifted off your shoulders. Something's ending, and something new is beginning, because you're still standing at that crossroads. You still get to pick one of 2 choices on your path. I feel like this is just you going through, you know, with this transformation after this blue moon, and really deciding what it is you want, which direction you want to go. I feel like it's a big decision. You know, you could go anywhere and do anything with that world, right? But I feel like, you know, this guy's sitting down taking a break. He's like, well, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to figure out what it is I really want to do, what's going to make me happy, who I want to be. And it's really just, you taking the next steps and expanding your plans. So if you have any plans during this time period, you're going to be expanding on those. You're going to be putting those into action. You're just ready to move forward is what I'm feeling. So, and let go of whatever this burden is. Oh, and please take care of your health. For a lot of you who are completely stressed out regarding whatever this is, I'm saying it's going to be lifted and you're going to feel a lot better. But take care of your health in the meantime. We've got Queen of Swords and the Hierophant. So we've got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, and the Hierophant is Taurus energy. The first thing I heard with the Queen of Swords is cutting through the BS, because she is my no BS queen. She's known as the no BS queen. She does not take no for an answer. She does not give up. She is very unemotional, because swords are all about communication and being in your head. It's the mental aspect, right? So she's being very logical about her decisions. So I feel like when you sit down and decide what's going to happen next, you're going to be very logical about what you're actually going to be doing. For a lot of you, this is really this feels like something a lot deeper for some reason. I'm looking at the Hierophant, and it's just, Hierophant is my God card, okay? So even if you don't believe in God, it's just one of those cards where it has a deeper spiritual meaning. And sometimes I can look at it as like a divine, not just intervention, but divine purpose, divine message, something where, it's almost like you've got a spiritual download and you've figured out, which direction you want to go. You've got to let go of this thing, whatever it is. And then but to do that, you've got to be pretty resilient with that Queen of Swords. You've got to be able to put on a brave face, be logical, and just kind of charge forward. The Hierophant talks about higher learning and really, this is interesting to me because I'm getting distracted. I keep getting distracted by him. He's got the broken sword on his lap, and I'm looking at her sword, and hers is complete. So it's throwing me off for a second. It almost feels like what I heard was, when you cut through whatever this is, it's not going to be easy. Like, it would be, even though that's not the same sword, like hers is like the goldish tone and this one's silver, but it's almost like it's going to hit so hard it actually breaks the sword. That's the imagery that I was getting. That's why I was like getting tripped up and just staring at it. I was like, what? But the message I'm getting, I think, is that it's not going to be easy. I think there's something here about being broken, about but still being resilient, and wanting to kind of piece your life together, or piece it back together, because it's going back and forth between the Hierophant and the Ten of Wands for me. So that's interesting imagery. It just feels like you are becoming more wise to what it is you need to do in life, which direction you need to go. Again, spiritual download, right? Hierophant talks about a lot of like wisdom and higher learning. So it just feels as if you're ready to move forward. You almost feel like this is divinely guided. Yep. And then we got the action card. Yes. Yep. And interestingly, I'm looking at this, it's got these dark clouds, but you got light shining through. So when I see something like the 10 of Wands, or I was just talking about feeling broken, that was coming through very strongly. And it feels like it's been a very dark time in your life. Maybe a lot of you have felt hopeless. I just feel as if it's time for you to, you know, it's talking about taking action with that 2 of Wands. It's just time for you to let go of whatever this is. It's this energy of, I'm tired. I just don't want to do this anymore. It feels like almost as if it's weighing me down. But you know you've got to get out of a situation. And to do that, the only way to do that is to take action. So it's like there is some light that's trying to poke through these dark clouds. I feel like you feel as if you have a dark cloud hanging over you, looming over your life. And maybe it's been that way for a long time. But I think what needs to be done is for you to plan your next steps and then take that action. For some of you, you already know what to do. You know which direction to go. You've gotten that download. I feel like a lot of you are just stuck in a situation where you don't know, you don't really know how to get out of it, and it's stressing you out. I do feel like you are going to get out of it, though. I do feel that. I still keep getting drawn back to this. I feel like I'm missing something with it almost, but not quite. I don't know how to describe this. I've never had this issue with the Hierophant. I know that sounds crazy. I'm sure anybody who's watching is like, what's wrong with her? But that's what, it's just, this is usually like a God card. It's like very spiritual and you got some lessons to learn, but I don't feel like you have lessons to learn. I feel like intuitively what I'm picking up is that you've got some sort of download on a spiritual level where it's like, okay, you've really got to take these pieces, these broken pieces because of that sword, and you've got to piece them back together and cut through the BS in your life and get out of this situation. But like I said, it also feels as if for a lot of you, you already know that you need to get out of this. So that's why, I don't know, it just, you know, sometimes this can be like a religious kind of card. I don't feel religion or anything like that. It just feels very much like maybe an ancestor or a spiritual person, or somebody has let you know that you need to do something to move forward. You've got to, maybe they're trying to help you mend this sword back together, figuratively of course, but mend these pieces, these broken pieces, to help you build a solid sword that's going to cut through anything that's not serving you. That's, I guess, the message I'm trying to get. Wow, that took way too long. It's not like the typical Hierophant for me. So it just wasn't coming through as like a religious type card for some reason. It was just kind of throwing me off. But yes, that's it. You're going to have to mend those broken pieces into something that's going to help you move forward. Take action. You know, of course, after you take those next steps, here we go. We've got 4 of Wands and Ace of Wands. And I love this. So, this is that new beginning. I just talked about the Ace of Wands. It comes before the 2 of Wands. And one of the guys is actually holding it. So, this is the new beginning. This is where you take those next steps. You decide on which path to take. And here it is. I mean, that is the passionate new beginning for you. And it just feels like something you're very excited about. I always associate dragonflies with good luck. And I haven't really noticed it on this card before. But it's standing out to me that you have some sort of good luck coming in after this super blue moon. 4 of Wands is the 1111 card. You could be seeing that on the clock. What I'm getting from it is This will be a time of celebration. This is you building a solid foundation for your future. And something is going to work out very favorably for you. I do feel like whatever this new beginning is going to be something you really enjoy, really makes you excited, and something you're very passionate about. Because this is all Wands energy. There's a lot of fire energy in this. Even this action card makes me think of Mars, because Mars is the planet of action. So, and even it's kind of red. So there's a lot of passionate ideas, passionate new beginning, wanting to take action towards something. It's very much like go, go, go kind of energy. Like, I gotta get moving, I gotta get out of here, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. That's what I'm picking up from this. And the last two are the Chariot, Cancer energy, and the Ten of Coins, so Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I just talked about stability with the Four of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles is inheritance, financial security, and family. We've also got the Chariot, which is control, focus, and willpower. So yes, this is you, again, figuring out your next steps, taking action, you know, cutting out the BS, and just going for it, and starting that stable new beginning. It seems like whatever you're going after, whether this is a new project you're starting, or you're making some sort of move, or because the Chariot can be a card of travel, it just feels like whatever it is, it's going to bring in a lot of abundance and prosperity for you. You're going to have financial stability, and it's going to make you very happy. So even Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Coins here is talking about family. So maybe some of you could be moving closer to family. Maybe some of you could be starting a family. I don't know. But we do have the Ace of Wands here, which can be very phallic in nature. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. And we've got the action card. I mean, hey, I'm not, you know, Hierophant is a wedding card, and so is Four of Wands. So some of you could be getting married and starting a family. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. I wasn't picking up love, but it's in the cards, so I have to deliver that message for somebody who is about to get married after this super full moon. For the rest of you, though, it just feels like you're really moving forward. A lot of you could be traveling during this time, the Chariot. Specifically by car is what I'm seeing. Although some of you will be by plane, but Chariot's more by car for me. But yeah, it just feels like you're gonna have a lot of success with whatever this is that you're doing. I don't know what it is. I think the hardest part is going to be for you to pick up the pieces, and I think this is very figurative, of course, for yourself. I feel like you feel very broken, and you felt that way for a long time, and you're going to have to pick up those pieces and, you know, just kind of weld that sword together, and or however they do it. I guess it would be like stick it in a fire and like melt it together or something. But anyway, and I feel like it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be something that you have to work on and do on your own. But I feel like you're gonna come through as this Queen of Swords, where you're very strong, and you don't take crap off of anybody. Pile number 2. And once that happens and you can let go of these burdens and you start taking action, look at all of this that's waiting for you. I mean, come on. This is great, actually. I love this. I wasn't sure with all this, but I think it's going to be great for you. I think you're going to be so happy on the other side of whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, because it's something you're very passionate about, and it's going to bring in a lot of money. For some of you, maybe you have dogs, but there is dogs on here on this cute little card. But yeah, it just feels like if you have a new business idea and you're going to decide just to go after it, I feel like it's going to be very lucrative for you. So overall, it's going to take a little bit planning your next steps, you know, rebuilding yourself, coming out of that dark cloud, that almost like a dark night of the soul, right? letting go of these heavy burdens, so weight's been lifted off your shoulders, so you can start this new beginning that's going to be extremely successful, extremely abundant and prosperous, and it's going to have a very lasting, solid foundation for you that you're going to celebrate for a long time. I feel like it is coming in fast with that Chariot once you get this out of the way. So those are all the messages I have for you, pile number 2. Hopefully something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Hello, pile number 3. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I have already pre-shuffled these cards. I'm still going to shuffle them, see what cards come out. But I did all the heavy shuffling first. So today I'm going to be using the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck, the Lord of the Rings Tarot deck, the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck, Gilded Tarot, and Broke Bitch Tarot, in case anybody's wondering what cards I'm using. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Spirit, ancestors, and higher beings, please help me to deliver the correct and truest message for pile number 3 about what they need to hear regarding this super blue moon in Pisces. What is it bringing in for them? What kind of transformation is their life going to be going through? Let's get all the deets, all right? So let's go ahead and start with a couple of cards. There's 1, and there's 2. I'll put these over for now. I get the others. 2 more, please, Spirit. For pile number 3. What does pile number 3 need to know about this super blue moon in Pisces, which I'm really excited about. There's 3 that came out. Okay. What is going on in pile number 3? Okay. Came out in another pile. What's going on in pile number 3? Oh. And 2 more for pile number 3. We'll go ahead and get started after this. 2 more for pile number 3, please, Spirit. 2 more for pile number 3. 1 more, actually, for pile number 3. Or 2, that works, that's fine. Okay, we're going to flip that over and then flip this. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right in. Everything's in focus. Yes, okay. First up, we've got the 6 of Cups. So this is children or childhood, revisiting old dreams or plans, embracing your inner child, the return of people or romances from your past, romanticizing how things used to be. For me, this can also talk about past life relationships. But mostly it's usually something you've done when you were a child or something in the past that made you very happy. Then we've got the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Very fitting for a Pisces super blue moon. But this is someone who is very loving, compassionate, psychic, and self-sacrificing. This is someone who has deep psychic insights, caring for others but forgetting to take care of yourself. Trusting your intuition, a deep love of family and friends, and following your heart. Okay, so I feel like there's something that's coming up here where, now some of you could be parents. I'm not really picking that up as the message. The message I'm getting is that for a lot of you, there is something from your past, like I said, where something that brought out your inner child. Something, what does that mean? That means something that made you feel like a kid again, something that made you very happy, and it makes you, and you may even think about your childhood when you do whatever this is. Like, it could be something as simple as going on a roller coaster, and you remember going on that roller coaster as a kid, or you go to Disney, and you're riding, I don't know, Pirates of the Caribbean, and, you know, you did that when you were younger, and it's bringing back memories as you chew on your churro, or something. I don't know. Something like that. It's also talking about if you did something years ago, it doesn't have to be childhood, but just years ago that you really enjoyed. Maybe there was a job. Maybe there was a project you were working on that you never completed. Something involving that. It's very nostalgic energy. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're kind of getting in touch with whatever this is. This is a lot of emotions because it's a lot of cups energy. This is you kind of trusting your intuition about something. Queen of Cups is very intuitive, highly intuitive. And it's telling you to trust your intuition and follow your heart about whatever this is that's you've been thinking about or you will be thinking about after this super blue moon. Because again, like I said at the very beginning of the video, in the intro, Pisces is all about daydreaming and wanting to do this project and wouldn't it be nice if I could do this? And then since we're in Virgo season, it's like bringing those dreams back down out of the ether, out of a daydream world and into reality and making some sort of practical plan. So it feels like a time when you're going to be reflecting on some things in your past that you may want to revisit. I don't feel like it's bad, by the way. We've got the Four of Cups, the World. So this would be Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, and Aquarius. I also view it sometimes as Saturn energy, which is Capricorn. And then we've got the Five of Swords. Okay. Something in your life is definitely coming to an end with this super blue moon. I feel like it's been coming for a while. I feel like whatever this is, you've been persevering through. I feel like you've been kind of in this, with that Four of Cups, it's like a stuck, stagnant energy, okay? So, but Four of Cups can also talk about, you could almost have missed an opportunity or something where, like, an opportunity could have almost been given to you, or you could have missed it if you weren't paying attention. Or this could be one of those things where you go to apply for a new job and you really want the job, but you missed the deadline, or you teetered back and forth on whether you should even apply, or you waited too long to apply and too many people applied before you and you got a rejection. It could be anything. What I'm saying is, Four of Cups is usually, the universe is like trying to hand you something and you're not paying attention. And typically in the original Rider-Waite-Smith, it's somebody who's sitting under a tree and they are not even paying attention to the hand that's reaching out with a cup. And it's like, here, I've got an offer for you. Kind of like what the Queen of Cups is holding. But it just feels very much like stuck, stagnant energy, boredom, not happy with the way things are going. And then when we got the Five of Swords here, Five of Swords is like a win at all costs kind of card, but it also can talk about, like, at what cost are you trying to win? Because at some point you're going to have to surrender and admit defeat. And then we've got the World, which talks about endings, like some sort of karmic cycle is coming to an end. This is the last card in the major arcana before you start over with the Fool and take a leap of faith into a new beginning. So it feels like there was some sort of missed opportunity here. And maybe that's what you're looking back on and thinking about. And it may not even be an opportunity. It could be where you just felt like you haven't gotten to where you need to be. Like, how can I put this? You look back with fond memories towards something you want to do, the person you thought you were going to be by your age, or where you are in life. Maybe you had dreamed up a different scenario for yourself. And now, being nostalgic, it feels as if you're just not really happy with the way things are going. Now, I don't feel like this is a totally terrible energy. I said that in the beginning. I don't. I feel like you've recognized that something isn't working and you need to change. And I think you have felt kind of apathetic and defeated in a way. But you know that there's another opportunity out there for you. I think you've kind of meditated on this, maybe done a little bit of manifestation, and you're bringing about this whole cycle. Like it's all coming to an end. It's coming to a close. I'm also going to throw out there, because the world here could talk about travel, long distance travel. Maybe some of you are looking to relocate, or trying to find a job in another city. That's always possible. Maybe some of you are just taking a vacation because you need a break and you need to get out of this stuck and stagnant energy, this kind of Debbie Downer energy is what it feels like. But really, I feel like you've been a little bit too hard on yourself, if I'm being honest, pile number 3. I feel like there was something that happened in the past and you just kind of keep reliving it. We'll see what other cards come out, but that's what it feels like to me. It feels like you keep reliving something. I don't know what this pertains to, obviously, but it doesn't feel like you're crazy happy about it, if I'm being completely honest. But you have a chance to right this. We've got community. Who was it? Was it pile... Was it the last pile or pile number 1? Who had this? Here's the good thing about this card. Number 1, it means you have support. Community talks about community of people who have your back, your cheerleaders. So this could be family, this could be friends, this could be co-workers. It could be an online community of some sort that you're a part of. What I see is you got this dark forest, but you got the light peering through with the rainbow. It just feels like, you know, the rainbow comes after there's a storm, there's rain, there's some sort of dark time when, you know, things seem kind of dreary and like just a darker moment, right? Like the dark cloud hangs over our head. That's what it feels like. It's just one of those things where it feels like kind of depressing, you know? But then the cloud, the rain, they clear, and what comes after? The sun shines through and it creates this beautiful rainbow. Another thing is we have these butterflies here. This is all about transformation, which is what I talked about at the very beginning of this video with this super blue moon in Pisces. It's all about transformation and making something a reality. Whatever you're dreaming up, whatever creative project you're working on, whatever it is in your life that you are imagining, because I feel like whatever this was in the past, you, like I said, you imagine almost like a different life for yourself by now. It's still possible, and I feel like a lot of you have given up on that, but that's not where you should be mentally, okay? I feel like saying, don't give up. You still have some transformation work to do, and your life is going to transform if you get out of that energy where you are regretting past choices. We all make choices that we regret and that we wish we didn't make, but life is all about making new choices and taking risks, and you know, we have that chance to kind of right the wrong, right? So let's see what else comes out. We've got the Ace of Swords and we've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, yeah, you've got to stop beating yourself up about this. Pile number 3, Nine of Swords talks about like sleepless nights, like worrying about things. It's unnecessary worry. Let me add that in there. Unnecessary worry about something that didn't work out in the past. Because I'm seeing this new beginning here for you with the Ace of Swords. I'm seeing some sort of like truth or clarity about your situation. I'm seeing you cut through the BS with the Ace of Swords. And it's more like mental BS, because swords is all about mental energy. But it just feels like you are just kind of cutting through any sort of negative headspace, any sort of intrusive thoughts that you might be having about the situation. I think you're just tired of it. you're ready for this to end. You're ready to, this little owl is standing out to me right here. And it always makes me think of like wisdom and wising up. So it feels like you're wising up to the situation. You're like, you know what? I can't change the past. It's fine. It's fine. Like, I forgive myself, or I forgive whatever situation this was, this other person, whatever it was. It sucks that it happened. I'm moving on. Something better is out there for me. I've got this new beginning, and I feel like a lot of you are mentally going to be just getting out of this headspace. Now, interestingly, Ace of Swords and Nine of Swords comes out too. Ten of Swords. Tens are all about endings in the tarot. And you've already got the World here, which is talking about the ending of a karmic cycle. So, something is definitely ending for you. It feels like that dark cloud, that rain, right before the sun pokes out, right? But yeah, I just feel like it's time to let go on this full moon. It's time for you to transform into a new version of yourself where you're not mentally struggling, where you are not beating yourself up mentally, like psychologically. You're not beating yourself up about whatever this was. So yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, it's just going to take you just really buckling down and getting right with yourself. We've got Knight of Swords reversed, the Emperor, Aries energy. Knight of Swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Nine of Coins reversed. So, again, something about this Nine of Coins makes me think of like missed opportunity. Maybe you missed out on something that would have paid very well, like a job. It could have been a freelance. It could have been some sort of contract. It could have been a 9 to 5. I don't know. But it feels as if, for some reason, when I'm looking at it, it just feels like you feel as if it would have been very lucrative and prosperous. And because you missed out on it, because you didn't follow through with it, you didn't get it done in time, you missed out and you lost money. That's what's coming through for me. Nine of Swords reversed is unfocused, follower, and missed chance. Just, yeah, that's what this is all about. Missed chance, missed opportunity that you're beating yourself up about. But Emperor's here. I like the Emperor. He's dependable. He's an authority figure. He's very structured and disciplined. And this is all about you, like I said, getting back in that headspace, the right headspace, where you are going to bring back that structure and discipline in your life, where you're saying no more. I'm not going to start, thinking like this again. I'm not going to listen to that devil on my shoulder, right? I am not allowing those intrusive thoughts to take over my life. I am in control now. That's what it feels like to me. So, it feels like you are going to be this Emperor. You are going to finally be in a position of power, you in authority, and you're just this very dependable, trustworthy person who just had a stroke of bad luck. But that is leaving your life. It's the end of that karmic cycle, finally, for a lot of you, after this super blue moon. So, yeah, Nine of Coins reversed is superficial, financial dependency, or deceit, but that's not really what I was picking up. It just felt like, a lot of you just missed out on something that was prosperous, or could have brought a lot of abundance and was very lucrative. But I feel like you are jumping back on this, whatever this is, this new opportunity for a better version of yourself, to actually get what it is you really want and put yourself back out there. So that's an interesting message. I don't think I've ever had a message like this before. But I do think a lot of us struggle with decisions we've made in the past that ended up not being best for us. And I think sometimes what hurts the most, or what's the most upsetting, is that at the time we knew, I think intuitively, a lot of us did, that it wasn't the best choice. And we did it anyway because we didn't trust our intuition. That Queen of Cups energy, we didn't trust our intuition. We didn't listen to what it was trying to tell us, which was raising a bunch of red flags and trying to throw out a few stop signs and like throwing red flags like confetti, right? And we should have followed our heart, but we didn't. And I think in some ways when we do that, we actually break our own hearts. So I think that's what is the most upsetting about these situations. So it just feels like you have support. You are going to be getting out of this. You are going to be turning your life around in the best possible way. It's a very, it's not as heavy as I feel like it could be. Again, I said at the beginning, it doesn't feel like a terrible energy. It just feels like you're acknowledging that something didn't work out, even though you wish it had. And you look back at that time with fondness and you wish it had worked out. But, sometimes things don't work out for a reason. And we may never know what that reason is. But I see you bossing up and moving forward with your life and, finally starting this new beginning that you deserve. Where you're going to be transforming into a newer, better version of yourself. That it's almost like, even though we don't have the Fool here, when I'm looking at the world, I think the next phase, that new beginning with like this Ace of Swords, will end up being the Fool. Taking that leap of faith into the unknown. Hoping and, crossing your fingers it works out for the best and that the grass is greener on the other side, right? But you'll never know if you don't try. And I think maybe you kind of missed out on this past incident where maybe you were too afraid. Maybe you didn't trust your intuition and you're just, you waited too long about something. And you let fear kind of dictate you. You got in your head about it and ended up missing out. But I think this time around you're just going to push past those fears and that anxiety and all that worry. And you're just going to go for it because you're going to realize you have nothing to lose. And you don't want a repeat of whatever this was in the past. You don't want to repeat that cycle again. You've learned your lesson and you're ready to move forward into this new beginning. So I feel like you're just going to be more structured and disciplined and in a position of power and leadership through this next cycle. So I love this for you, pile number 3. Just stick stick in there, like just don't let it get to you too much. Yeah, I think you're gonna be fine. So hopefully something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.